What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins, West Ham Fan TV, back once again with another Friday night pint. And as you can see, I've popped to the virtual pub and no one's here. Everybody is away doing something tonight. Someone thought I won't go too much into what's going on, but some of it's unfortunate. Some of it just can't be helped. So I'm up here at the pub. There'll be mates up and they're not here. So what am I going to do? I had to invite a couple of other people along. Mickey, the first one. I'm the only one. Schulte, thank you so much for joining us tonight, everyone in the chat. I'm the only one in the pub. So I saw some mates in the corner and I'm inviting them over. Now, listen, just because this is the last one before the end of the season, we're all going back next year. And I've got two men that I've missed greatly seeing. I used to see them week in, week out, home and away. And I thought I'd invite them into the pub tonight. Along with you guys to get involved in some conversation like we do every Friday night. First one's first. You know him. It's the title gives this one away. The last time we was in Europe, he became famous. So let's get him in. Bomb. There he is. Dom O'Connell.
Good evening. You sounded so sweet there saying that you missed me. That's really pulled on my heart.
I miss you all. I miss everybody. I miss everybody.
Right, we're going back next year.
Yeah. And, the second one. Welcome to you, Dom. Thank you very much for joining me.
Nah, it's a pleasure to be on, mate. I watch this every week, so it's good to be on.
I'll buy you a pint. Astra fucking goo. And the second one is what I would call the voice of reason, and I haven't heard from him enough. For the last year and a half, a good friend of mine, become a very good friend of mine over the last few years. As I say, home and away, you can't keep him away. Bomb, it's Marshy.
How you doing, boys?
Hello, boys.
Good evening. Here we go. The Three Musketeers.
First of all, how are you? I'll start with you, Marshy. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Luckily enough, it's I've been treated fairly well, working, grafting, knuckling down. Seeing my little boy, spending some quality time, so that's good enough for me. Miss you lot, miss the football. Having to sort of partially adjust to it and get used to it on the telly is not ideal for, like you say, people fortunate enough like us to go every week. So that's a bit of a miss. But yeah, other than that, I can't complain. I appreciate you having me on.
But you kept well over COVID and all of that sort of stuff, Marshy. I haven't really heard from you over the last
year I must admit, yeah, that's no, as I say, just knuckling down, concentrating on work and getting myself in a better place and position. So yeah, feeling good for it. So looking forward to getting back at what we do best and talking it all over, catching up.
And secondly, we couldn't score against Astra fucking Google. It's not acceptable. It's Dom. Dom, how you doing, mate?
I'm buzzing, mate, because they got relegated on Wednesday, didn't they?
The Europa Conference League.
Redemption. But yeah, I'm good, mate. Thanks. Yeah, missed it a lot this last year. It's been really, really tough. I'm going to the FA Vase and Trophy final tomorrow at Wembley. It's my first proper football day out since Arsenal away, which was the last game. So yeah, I'm in good spirits today. It's the first weekend of the year that I've actually got proper plans for. So yeah, I'm in good spirits tonight. Looking forward to a slight bit of normality tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be, listen, any type of football. I've been fortunate enough. I went to a couple of non-league games when sort of lockdown ended. I haven't been to any sort of West Ham game. I think the last one we went to was, remind me, Arsenal away?
Yeah, it was Arsenal, yeah, March last year.
March 2020. By the time we get back there, it's going to be literally a year and a half since we've been to the football, which is mental. But what that has done is all these lovely people in this chat room tonight and all the lovely people that watched every Friday night pint, which there must be 50 odd of them. Going by calculations, yeah, we've built a little community here, and every Friday night we gather and we have a virtual pint and we talk and we just shoot the shit. So first things first, let's get into the subject. I can see everyone in the chat. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Miss Hammeret's in there. She'll be keeping an eye on the chat tonight. She's a moderator. Tony Sharp, Liam McSee, Connor JN, Gary Page. Start getting your comments in right now. But first things first, it's like a little a little celebration tonight because we secured European football last week of some form. Discuss it.
Blinding. Like, hopefully we can go one better the weekend. This is this is massive, isn't it, on Sunday? The fact that we don't have to win, it'd be lovely to go out with a bang and a win. And I think Moyes has slammed that home, hasn't he, in his pre-match conferences and stuff, saying that, we want to go out to win it. The support being there is going to be vital. Fair play to everyone that's able to have a ticket. I know Dom, unfortunately, he wasn't, but we.
Thanks for reminding me.
No, but we listen. We will be back there soon enough, and we'll all be watching on, and hopefully the support can bring it home for us. But that's a pivotal thing, I think, for us. And if we can get a result, I'm actually pretty confident for it as well. I'm feeling in a good place. I've been pretty nervous the last few games. Getting over the line at the Hawthorns was major. Done about 3-1 because I don't think we were as good as them. But then when you've got nothing to play for and the onus is not on you, you can play more freely, can't you? And no worries and concern. And they seem to play that way. So, looking forward to it. Hopefully we can go one better than the Conference League and secure the Europa, finish above the other lot that we hate to mention, which would be blinding. So, I'm looking forward to it.
Don, what's the difference between this year and last year? And I don't want you to come up with some smart answer like with one more games or something. I mean, what is the difference in the squad? We haven't added an awful lot. We've added a little bit here and there, right back, left, centre back. Obviously, Soucek was already here last year by the time we locked down. But what's changed?
It's got to be the manager, hasn't it? It's the only obvious thing there. It's just little things that we improved on than we were under Pellegrini. Last season, at the start under Pellegrini, and even to go as far back as Pellegrini's first season, we tried playing too flash. We tried, playing fancy football, not doing the basics, trying to walk it in instead of actually creating chances. People like Anderson pulling off nutmegs and getting praise for it. We're not actually creating genuine chances. And when Moyes come in, no one was happy. But it's the work rate as well, because when you play fancy flash football, you think you can get away without working hard, and that was a big problem under Pellegrini. I don't think Pellegrini had a system. I don't think Pellegrini had a philosophy. Moyes, no one wanted Moyes. I didn't want Moyes. You two didn't want Moyes. We've all been proven wrong. We'll hold our hands up gladly. But the thing with Moyes is, what you got to remember is he's a very, very experienced Premier League manager, over 500 games under his belt. So that's obviously got to count for something. It's just, does it? Does that count for something? Because you could turn around and say David Pleat has got fucking 100 games under his belt. You can turn around and say fucking Martin, what was his name? The old Tottenham manager, the old bulldog looking fella that went Yo, yeah. You could say he's got like 100 Premier League. That don't count for jack shit. Yeah, really. But where are they? Where are they now? This is the thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm just saying. David Pleat's dead, so I can't. Okay. I think David Pleat's dead, so I don't think he's going to come out of management anytime soon.
But what I'm saying is, it like it's obviously counting for something because we're doing well. He's done a fantastic job. What I will say, it's the basic football, it's the work rate, and I think it's the signing players down to their ability and not names.
David Pleat ain't dead. I thought David Pleat was dead. Fucking hell, I've killed him off.
I remember listening to him on the radio when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just basically, it's just easy, simple stuff. You know what I mean? That's just actually worked. So
I think the difference this year, out of everything, is he's actually got people that I thought were done here, because we've had so many sort of hot and cold managers over the last few years. A lot of people the last time said they enjoyed playing under David Moyes, and I'll be honest, I thought they were sound bites by certain players. I thought they was just I thought they was just people turning around and saying I enjoy, just not to be rude, you know what I mean? Because I thought the first time I was here, I hated the brand of football that we was playing. but I didn't really take into account that it was never his team, was it? You know what I mean? He inherited a team that was dead on its feet, wasn't fit enough, wasn't solid, had no sort of. And this was from Slaven Bilic, and this is all due respect to Slaven Bilic, because I like Slaven Bilic as a person, but the team was in bits, and he did the same really when he came back in with Pellegrini. So you've got a couple of sort of managers before him that didn't really implore any sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Any sort of ethos into the team, any sort of there didn't seem any sort of plan. It was just hoping to pick 11 players on a day and hoping that they'll get the job done. What I think Moyes has done is the togetherness. You can see the boys all love each other, you know what I mean? And when you look, I know this sounds a bit stupid, but when you look like in Instagram posts and Facebook posts and things like that, and Twitter posts from players, there always used to be like a core of English players and a core of like Spanish speaking players, a core of French speaking players, all used to sort of knock around together. They didn't seem too much. Now you don't really see anything unless they're all together. Do you know what I mean? And I know that you're going to look and say, oh, well, it's because of COVID and all that sort of thing. But I think COVID has been a little bit of what was needed in terms of team spirit, because you're forced. You can't go and socialise. You could, well, they weren't meant to, even if they were, but you can't go and socialise with others. The only interaction they're getting with the outside world is, when they're going to work, a lot like a lot of us. So yeah. I think that's brought the team spirit together. I don't think Moyes has also brought it together. I think Lingard has been a big signing in that sort of thing, because he's a very social guy. But it's installing hard work, and that's what we've been missing for a long time from West Ham. Hard work. How many times we've sat together or been to the same hundreds of games over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, whatever it has been, home and away. We've seen hundreds of games. How many times have we come out there under them other managers and said they just didn't fucking want it? They just didn't work hard. No one's working hard for each other. No one knows.
Your mate Victor Moses.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. How many times did we come out of ground saying that? Yeah. And that's been like the fan cams and all that sort of thing. You look at that team now, everybody wants to work as hard as they can for each other. Everybody wants to make sure that they're, if someone's off of it, someone else is covering them. They all know their job. They all know what they're doing. And I think that is just and that is the ethos in the team at the minute. Hard work. And that's why you've seen the likes of Haller be shipped out the door. Anderson, the likes of like Yarmolenko that's not getting games. It's because he demands a certain amount of work and a certain amount of effort. And if you don't meet that effort, you don't get in the side.
But that's what I'm touching on. Their names. And they think because they're names and they've done it in other leagues, they think they can just waltz into our team and have a God-given right to stick in the team. But that's what Moyes has done. Like I think Moyes has been responsible for the togetherness in the squad as well. I do agree though, COVID has helped us. I think lockdown helped us, because when we came back last June after restart, I know we lost our first 2 games and we looked absolutely shit and void of ideas. But we only lost 3 games throughout that period. We actually finished the season quite strongly. I know we finished 16th, but we actually finished quite well. And apart from the first 2 games of this season, we've taken it into this season as well. So really, since June last year, when we started playing again, our form's been quite good.
Yeah.
I think as well, I think it's a situation that, we would maybe, like you say, the amount of games that we've watched, even between the 3 of us up and down the country, the last 3 to 5 years minimum, we've been sort of saying to ourselves, maybe we couldn't wait for a game to finish. We were that bad, we were that lacklustre, we didn't get going, managerial, like Dom said, Pellegrini and the like, not having a clue, not really knowing what his strongest 11 is and stuff like this. But now it's sort of like, you get gutted when we're playing that good of football. And when we are on it, we're turning teams over. Yeah. Ripping teams apart. And you touched on Lingard as well. I think he's a major he's transformed the team massively. I think he's getting actually the best out of other players that you wouldn't have maybe realised or seen without a player such as Lingard within the team, and what he brings and his experience being, coming from Man United, and, maybe a bit more of an installed winning mentality, and he's installing that in our team. But Moyes, as I touched on it earlier on my accounts, I think he deserves major credit, and maybe he's not getting enough plaudits for. Maybe that'll come on Sunday if we finish the job. But down to him and his backroom staff, I think we've said it already. We seem to have a plan A. Win a plan A, and maybe we lose a goal, and it takes us that to get going. Then we got another dimension in the plan B, and if we've got to change tactically and maybe formation and swap a few players around and whatever. He's got a few good eggs in there, and he's getting the best out of players, like you said, that we wouldn't necessarily see in previous seasons. So Moyes has definitely got it. He's up for manager of the year, I believe.
But do you think people like Anderson have got a future at this club, especially since we've sneaked into Europe? Anderson, who else is out on loan? Winston Reid. Have they got a future at this club?
I don't believe so. No, I think. Reid, and apparently, I think going to Brentford after he signed a big contract as well. I think to get him under some game time, coming back from that massive injury and yet another setback, because we are sort of injury FC as well some of the time, and he seems to stem a lot of that stuff and dealing with the injuries that he has personally. But Anderson, another one. I don't think he fits into the side. I don't think even we've got it within the team now with Moyes, with the Ben Rama thing. And the argument where he's concerned, the fact that he brings a creativity that you might get out of a Lanzini and not necessarily too many other players, potentially a Fornals when he's on his game as well. But he's not a Moyes man, I don't think. In my personal opinion, I think he doesn't give him the required amount of minutes in order to make as major impact as what he could have done. I know that he scored the goal at Brighton. I know he set the goal up obviously on the last previous game. At West Brom, that's a great cross as well. So he's got that about him. But I don't think, all in all, I think Moyes will have other ideas, and I don't think that will include the likes of Anderson, Reid, even Yarmolenko. I think you'll see a few of them being drafted out, and it would actually be interesting, getting the season over after Sunday. It'd actually be interesting who we're interested in.
Yeah,
and Moyes can be hopefully backed with. I'm not so sure. I definitely don't trust the board in order to back Moyes to the depths and the and the necessity that he should be. But in turn, I think Moyes can maybe sort of turn the screw a little bit. If we are into that Europa League, I think we have the opportunity then to say that we can maybe attract a better player than what we might have been used to in previous seasons. So Moyes has done a lot, and he's installed that mentality that and above all for me, I think he's given us back a slight bit of identity when we sort of were losing it under the likes of Pellegrini. He seems to have restored that sort of faith in the team and putting us back on the map a little bit, after the transitional periods that we've been going through and managers have been going through. And so fair play to him. And, Sunday, hopefully, for him and the supporters that are able to be there, more so than most, that we get over the line.
We'll take some comments from the chat. Hammers Mikey says, "What Muppets give the stream a thumbs down?" Fuck knows, Mikey. I ain't got a clue, mate. Some idiot. Anyone agree Rigwellon should be Hammer of the Year for that goal and assist?
Definitely. I actually saved that photo that was going about, actually, and I was going to use that as and when we qualify on Sunday and say it's definitely Hammer of the Year. That was great.
Was that geezer who took the selfie with Regulon on the back of his shirt or something? Was it that one?
Potentially, but I'll have to send you it after the stream, because I'm pretty sure there's another one, and I did well to screenshot that and save it. It needed to be done.
Someone said it was a great own goal by the Spuds. Let's go. Moyes has mould us into Everton, and he takes us a step further than he did with them, and he may take us a step further than he did with them. The difference is belief and companionship. Happy Hammer 82 on the Anderson stuff. Get Anderson putting in a shift, and we've got one hell of a player.
Not for me.
The thing is with Anderson, right? And what I'll say, he's not for me either. He's never been for me, if I'm honest with you. He frustrates the life out of me, because no matter what he does, like sometimes he don't get back. Sometimes he spends too far back. There's never a balance with him, I don't think. And what I think the problem with him is desire. He's
too weak for this league.
Weak, yeah, very, very weak player. A wonderful player. He's got lovely technique at times.
I think we've got a few of them sort of players, not the Anderson-esque players, but we've got a couple of weak players now. You know, West Brom we were getting put about, and we could do with a few players like that. But Anderson on his game, I think he's one hell of a player. I agree with the comment, but he's not consistent enough. And
Just doesn't that? Yeah.
Two goals, I think, and about. I can hear myself. What's going on?
2 years.
2 goals and like 4 assists since December 2018. Shit.
Yeah, that's
not, you know, and you know what, like, and it's not like he's played well in games to actually make up for it. He's just anonymous. I'm so glad we got rid of him like on loan. I really don't want him to come back.
He's not done it at Porto either, has he? To be fair,
he's trying to get in their bleeding team.
They were trying to cancel the loan early doors or something, weren't they?
Yeah. Just overhyped, mate. FIFA merchant said it 2 years ago. Got pelters for it, and now he don't even play for us. So yeah, don't want to see him play for us again.
Miss Emirates says, so awesome to see so many people in the chat. Please do the channel favour and drop a like if you wouldn't mind sharing. Do you know what? She's brilliant, Miss Emirates.
Yeah, she's nice girl. She is. She I think I've got her on Instagram. She always sends nice messages.
Ben Rama has a second amount of assists, one behind Chris with hardly any game time. Plus Antonio missed quite a few. Benny played him. You guys called Moyes a dinosaur. We don't forget. Yeah, we did, mate. We did. And you know what? I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong. I called him a fucking dinosaur.
Listen, I'll hold my hands up happily when I'm wrong. I'd rather that because then we start fucking playing. So,
you know what else I've done? About 4 years ago, I told everyone Mikel Antonio was done here. So, you know, I ain't got a great. Yeah, it's about to break the record about goal scoring. So, yeah,
we've all said some pretty bad takes in the past that we've just like. I mean, I've sometimes like go through old fan cams and just like look at what I said and see how it's playing out. I'm just like, how fucking wrong.
Dom, right? You want to talk about bad takes? This is what I'm saying. People think I'm embarrassed by bad takes. Look, I love it when I'm wrong. I love it because anything I'm negative, I'm wrong on. I don't like it when obviously it goes against us, but if I'm wrong about something, I love it. And I once said on an old post.
I know what's coming.
That Jurgen Klopp wasn't good enough for West Ham.
Oh no, wait. I'll tell you what though, if we get the job done Sunday, please whip that video out about us finishing above Tottenham because they ripped you a new one for that.
Oh yeah.
Come on, you got to get that out if we get it done on Sunday.
Don't worry. I will. Elias Martin Berry says, Nicky, will you be doing fan cams outside the London Stadium after the Southampton game? Sadly not, mate. Obviously, there's still a lot of restrictions and stuff. I ain't got a ticket. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Do we have to?
What? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We've got to talk about the shambles.
Leave you out of that bit.
I haven't got a ticket, and even if I did have a ticket, there's just too many restrictions still in place. You know, spitting all over a microphone sponge. I don't think will be good for the interviewee or the interviewer while this stuff's still going about. So I think I'll give that a miss.
I'll be experiencing this at Wembley tomorrow. You've got they're not serving alcohol in the stadium, which is just so stupid. I just honestly,
you ever had a drink?
Well. Huh?
You ever had a drink? After a couple of drinks, mate, you want to cuddle everyone.
Mate, honestly, I went 4 months without a drink up until last month, December to April. I didn't have a drink.
And that Watford away that time when you slated Anderson, actually.
Yeah, I know. That was a good take because look where he's now.
Leanne Tolsha said people hold you account for changing your mind when you receive new information. You change your mind. What are you going to do? Be stubborn and lie to yourself? A lot of people do. That's the problem. Is that when they're wrong, they won't admit that they're wrong, and they just keep on going. I think Dan's mate Jace still stands by that Jesse Lingard isn't good enough for West Ham because that's what he said when he first come here.
Victim of his own success, though, ain't he, Lingard?
Yeah, I think so.
Who was he compared with during some of the tweets during the West Brom game? There was another player. Would we rather have this one than Lingard?
Pereira from West Brom.
Yes. I do like. I'll be honest. I do like Pereira.
Yeah, I
really like him.
He's a fucking player and a half.
He is a good player. Yeah.
If we could get him, Danny Ings,
Adriano,
Lingard, yeah, Lingard, and another central midfielder. Oh no, fucking hell, we ain't even got a striker. Hold on.
Yeah, we got Adriano.
Yeah.
No, I'll drop one into there for you. What about the Arnautovic rumour?
No.
Yeah, listen. Look, the chat's going to get involved in this. I would take him for
You
nothing.
said you didn't want him back in December.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No,
you
I
said
didn't.
fuck him. I wouldn't take him back at all.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, I'll
Mate,
take your word for it.
if we are to get Europa League, he's 32 on a free, all right, his wages, but he's willing, if you believe everything you read, he's going to take a massive cut.
One problem. Miss Emmerich, there's someone in the chat. This guy. Get him out, please. Hold on, I can do it. There we go. No, won't let me do it.
Spell it right, mate. Go on, fuck off.
What was you talking to? What was you talking to? Yeah, I will take him. I will take him for free. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't. I won't pay any money for him, and I won't bring him in as the answer. You know what I mean? But as a backup or as someone to be in and around the squad, especially with Europe, I think his style of play absolutely suits Moyes, and I think that's why Moyes is that's why Moyes is sort of eyeing him up. He won't cost a penny. I like the way he plays. He was one of my favourite players because he's got that. He's got that little that turn of pace straight away off the mark like that, which makes him. He's very strong. It made him very, very difficult to play against.
Plus, Moyes has a very good understanding with him as well. And the
rumours are, Marshy, that a lot of the squad don't dislike him. It wasn't like they felt abandoned by him. A lot of the squad really liked him.
I think Noble's talked him up a lot as well, which obviously...
Yeah, I was on that Peter Crouch podcast. I listened to it, and Noble couldn't speak highly enough of him.
Yeah,
like you said, I agree, Nick. I think it's a case of for another body. And listen, we're paper thin on the ground. If we are to get Europa, then we need, you still need that ability, and I think Arnautovic can still give us that to a degree. But
I think he's perfect for the Premier League, the way he just plays and his body type and everything. Obviously, I don't. If it's a free transfer, then it would make sense to bring him back. But is he going to want the same amount of money he's been on in China? Because I don't think.
Well, if he does, I think he's banged his head.
But he's a nightmare, and he's horrible, and we need that. We need that bit in the club as well. You need that sort of, like when he's laughing in Tarkowski's face and that. You need a drop of that within your team, like that attitude sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Miss Emmerich says, Nicky, I need to be quickly going and do apologise for missing it. No, don't worry about it. I've got my eye on it. Let's take some comments about the Arnie stuff. No to Arnie and no to Ings. Why? Both injury prone. I don't think Arnie's injury prone, is he?
Nah.
And we can do without that anymore. Listen.
That's the only problem with Ings for me.
But I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. I think he's a brilliant player. I think he would suit us down to the ground. Honestly,
that is the only problem with him is when he gets an injury, he seems to be out for a long time as well, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I'm really worried about him for Sunday as well.
He's a proper goal scorer, though. There's no doubt about that. We have to sell before we buy. Carl English says. I'm pretty sure that's going to be true. Graham and Scott have changed, says Noah.
Who's it?
Shall we start talking, Scott?
Bobby Williams says, anyone going down the pub for the game? We're doing a watch along.
You coming over, by the way, Marsh, on Sunday?
Yeah, potentially, yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to get a few people together with the importance behind it.
Glenn Marshall said Arnie would compliment Antonio saving his legs. And so this is another name I wanted to mention. Really think we've got to take a look at Simmer from Slavia Prague. Listen, I think he should be the main boy, but he's a teenager. That's the only problem. He's a teenager. And, if he doesn't hit the ground running, then you're in trouble if you spend a lot of money on him. You know what I mean? But it looks like
we're with Fabio Silva,
Yeah, I think it looks like we're looking at him. And somebody said, Arnautovic, this is a joke, surely. Stephen, I can assure you, mate, it's no joke. So, it's just a teenager. If he doesn't hit the ground running, he's going to be in a big trouble.
I wouldn't actually sign him as a main striker because of what you just said. He's a teenager. I actually want to sign someone proven because I think this Simmer is a gamble. I think we're going off. So obviously, Soucek and Sofa have come from Slavia Prague. They've been great signings, but doesn't actually mean every player we sign from that club is going to be good.
Mm.
It's not a given.
No,
it's nice to have that. It's nice to have that bond that we seem to be having with him. And that fella on the Twitter that's to do with is he an ambassador at Slavia or
chairman,
something?
Isn't he? It's chairman.
Chairman, is he? This is Seamer seems to be banging goals in. He done well against Leicester, didn't he? Knocked them out of Europa.
Yeah, that's true.
Emma TV says, I honestly believe we will struggle next season.
He's probably right. I think the same, if I'm honest.
Well, like Wolves,
Mr. Pessimistic.
Wolves had it 2 years in a row, didn't they? They finished in the positions to get Europa, got to the quarterfinal, didn't they? And got knocked out.
Yeah.
But a lot of that though is down to what's the striker, isn't it? The geezer up front,
Jimenez.
Yeah, they lost him, so I think that was vital. And now they ain't got a manager, have they?
Yeah, he's going. Yeah, I'm really surprised at that. That's.
You think he's going to Tottenham?
He's going to the Vernon. Yeah.
You think he's going to Tottenham?
Yeah, I think he is.
And I think Benitez is going to Wolves.
Benitez? Rafa Benitez?
Yeah, I think so.
I reckon.
Really?
I reckon Wolves will get the Porto manager or Fonseca from Roma.
Yeah, what's all that about? I saw that. Is it the Porto? What's the Portuguese ex-international player? Who is it?
Sergio Conceição. Yeah, he got linked with us today. I saw actually.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Just incidentally, we're slightly off track. Did you hear that idiot on the TalkSport?
Oh,
it's
got to be a prank, isn't it? It's just another clickbait from that.
To be fair, like when you think about TalkSport, and this is where, like, this is why I think fan TV and fan cams and things are so important. Listen, anyone can phone that radio station up. Anybody. I could phone up that radio station tomorrow and go, oh, my name's Nicky. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'll tell you what, Klopp ain't good enough. Get him out. Fucking so-and-so's an idiot. I think Everton are better at us in a minute. And it would get them hits. And they're not going to sit there and talk to you and tell you about, you're a liar. I don't believe these fans. And I think that's why, I think fan cams hold a little bit more weight because you're talking to people as they're coming out of the ground. If you've got some idiot in there that's going to pretend that he's a fucking West Ham fan when he's walking out the ground after just traveling 200 miles to Burnley or going to an home game, that's a long con, isn't it? Really, for something so trivial. So I don't believe a lot of these people. I think I think they put some people up to it. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Of course they do. They're just fucking scumbags. I've blocked them on every form of social media. I can't stand them, but they always keep popping up. They're like bad smell. Never goes away.
They don't ever go away, and they don't like us either. None of them.
Yeah,
Jamie O'Hara's one of them. He's top of the list.
And that twat Lee Clayton as well, Mr. GSB fanboy. They're just full of shit, mate. Can't stand them. Really don't like them. Wouldn't. I get a few of them that actually, in the past, have asked me to go on there. Like, I think their sister channel. I don't want to know, mate. Not anymore. After I think the final straw with me was when they it was the day before the first Hammers United protest last season in January, and part of their main headlines were "Are West Ham fans the problem?" I'm just like, you really, really do not get it. Just out of touch people, don't have a clue.
Listen, I would go on there and I would tear with the things that I would say about Gold Sullivan and all that. I'd tear a new arsehole, but they just won't let you say it.
No, they cut you off all the time. You tried it with Jim White and that idiot Simon Jordan, and
you got to tell him. you got to tell them, ain't you, what you want to say beforehand. And obviously, although you probably could get away with it, but like you say, they'll
You
just
get away with it, but they'll just talk over you and then they'll cut you off.
I've had it before. They just slam the phone.
You rung them up, didn't you, after Sullivan's bullshit story about what happened at Wigan?
Me?
No, Marshy.
I needed to do that because obviously, you know, certain people know it factually, and luckily enough, we did. And I say my old man was there talking to him, and he just didn't, you know. Yeah, listen, hopefully they're gonna get what's coming to that lot. I think the summer we'll see a lot of that.
Katie Adamson says Talksport have spoken very highly of us tonight. They ain't got a fucking choice, Katie.
Yeah,
They ain't got a choice. They've done their damnedest to play us down for years and years and years.
They know what's coming. They know that we're getting top six. They can't have the fact that we're going to be getting on flights to even some Kazi, and to watch the
fucking place is such Kazi.
We'll talk. I'll be honest, mate. I can't see us getting on flights to go anywhere.
Oh no! Don't say that.
No, I can't. How can you?
Say that.
Yeah, that'll wreck me. To be honest.
How can you? How can you? How can you expect if we got a game in, I don't know, fucking Azerbaijan or something, you know what I mean, wherever it may be, they ain't got all the bits and pieces, and you'll have to isolate when you come back. I can't see us going to Europe. We're in Europe, but I can't see us going to Europe.
That would just be a typical West Ham thing.
Yeah, but that's my opinion. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people saying like, yeah, you know, we you know, get your passports ready and all that. I just can't see it happening. But we'll see. Hopefully. Trip to Portugal, Nicky says John T. Yeah, that's the only place you can go at the minute, and that might change. I said the only time we get it through and COVID fucks it up. Yeah, honestly, mate, it's
that is it.
Vile.
Where in Europe do you want to go if we get into Europa League group stages?
Anywhere but Romania.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be a welcome in Romania, mate. You'd have to wear some sort of fucking dark glasses and that.
I got asked a few years ago if I wanted to come on somebody's stag going to Romania, and I was like, no, I'll get to the airport and there'll be like wanted posters of me up and around the place. Probably not the best idea.
Yeah, I reckon there's a few of them.
The fact that they've been relegated have done you major favours. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Good fucking riddance to them.
I don't know how big Romania is as a country, though, because if they know we're coming there, I reckon a couple of them might make their way to the ground.
We'll take the place over, I think, won't we?
I don't know how big Romania is.
I think so. I remember a comment actually saying if this pig ever sets foot in our country, he'll never get out alive or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You'll just call him a farmer now and be done with it.
Oh dear. But yeah, I'll tell you where I'd love to go. I'd love to go to Juventus or Milan. I've been to Milan before. I went a couple of years ago and I went and done the stadium tour of the San Siro, and I got out on the pitch and it was in concert mode, so I didn't actually get to go pitch side with all the grass. But on the inside, obviously done all the changing rooms, both Inter and AC, and obviously they got so many honours as well. Like it's wicked stadium. Beautiful.
Italy would be spot on. Just like, to be fair, you know, at this moment in time, just give us anywhere, but Juventus would be amenable. Not so much the game.
Well, Juventus would be unbelievable. I mean, they might even get chucked out of their fucking the Europa League. They're even threatening him because. Like,
they still ain't withdrawn from the Super League.
Yeah, they haven't withdrawn from the Super League yet. They're officially still part of it, and like. Serie A just turn around and say, if you don't withdraw from it, you're out. You're gone. So they might be banned from everything next season. But it's
France would be. Was it Marseille maybe? Payet reunion.
A France trip would be good. I'll be honest with you. I'd like to go to Germany.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Germany. If we had a game, if we could get, I know it's not going to be Borussia Dortmund or sort of Bayern Munich or anything like that, but a game in Germany against a German side would be really good. I've never been to Germany.
I'll get Cologne. Who could we get? I'm looking at the tables in these leagues now, like
Wolfsburg.
You might
I
get
think-
Cologne, Wolfsburg.
Now,
Frankfurt.
Wolfsburg, the top. I don't know how it works in Germany. I think top 4 go Champions League. 5th and 6th is Eintracht Frankfurt and Leverkusen.
There you go. They
And
do.
7th is Union Berlin. Fucking hell, Union Berlin is 7th. They had a good season, didn't they? Serie A, Juventus, Lazio. Whew, that Lazio, could you imagine Lazio?
Lazio it'd be like a big loving.
French league is like I don't know. I think it's 3 teams or 2 teams for the French league. So like Monaco, Lyon, Marseille, and you got the Dutch league again. PSV, AZ. I think I don't know how many teams go in because obviously it's the rankings, ain't it? But yeah, definitely plenty of teams that we could make some good memories with.
I was thinking earlier though, because obviously everyone's on a hype and rightly so. But wonder what the ticket situation will be, or how they're going to distinguish between who's going to get the tickets in a new season.
I would say it's going to go on the points, isn't it?
You would have thought so, wouldn't you? But I just
It definitely will.
They. Do you know what? If they actually turned around and said we're not going to sign any players because we're going to invest in a ticket office and actually make it a good ticket office, I would actually accept that.
But
You know what? I want people to tell me in the chat about whether you try to get a ticket this week, because I know Dom's got a little story, ain't you, Dom?
Yes, I had. Honestly, I was actually absolutely seething. I'm surprised I didn't get sent home from work because I was so angry about it. But here's what happened, right? So about 20 to 12 yesterday, West Ham text me saying, "Hello, Dom. We're releasing a small number of tickets for the Southampton game. People with health reasons, blah blah blah. If you weren't successful in the ballot, you can have a chance to purchase them online." So I was like, yes. I was like buzzing. I was like butterflies. I was like, amazing. You know, first game back in 14 months. Got quite emotional actually because I've missed it so much. I've missed
when you rang me with the opportunity. I was like, as I say, good luck to you. I'm hoping you.
Rang Marshy, buzzing because obviously we've made alternative plans about meeting up at the pub. So 1 o'clock comes around. I've set myself up, logged on. Says look, you put your login in, you come in, and it says like obviously select tickets. So it gives you the ticket option, and then it says select tickets on the fucking interactive maps. I was like, oh, here we go. I hate interactive maps, especially when you do it on your phone, because when you go and zoom in, you can't use your fingers to zoom in. You got to like tap this plus button.
What do you use, your knob?
Nah, but like you know when you do that to zoom in, it don't let you do it. You just got to like tap the plus button, and it just literally zooms in like literally like 0 miles per fucking hour, right? So I go in there. I've seen a few seats. Obviously, the blue's the available seat. So I went to click in an area, and I found a seat. I clicked it, and it said right £34 for an adult ticket. Happy day. So I was like, this is it. I'm getting it.
So why are you paying for a ticket?
I don't know. This is what I mean. Like, I think they give it back to you. I can't explain it. Charlie would know. I think
they take it off of your
balance.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you got a balance though? I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I don't know them anything, mate. They owe me. They've been paying me back. They've been paying me back my season ticket money all season. So yeah, all things considered,
so they took a loan off you, Dom?
Per game. Fucking shite. But honestly, biggest mistake I've ever done. If this happens again, I ain't fucking doing that. But yeah, so I'm like, great, it's in the bag. So I went to select, pay £34 adult, job done. And it comes up with this fucking message, right? To continue with your purchase, please select all seats within the pod. A pod's made up of all seats immediately next to each other. Right, see it here? It's been fuck it, you can't see. But anyway, that's what the message said. Because of social fucking distancing. Right, so you got to select 2 seats next to each other. I've not heard your Poland one, Nick. I was getting around to it, but I need to listen to this. Actually.
Oh no, I'm not saying it again.
I'll listen to it when we're done here. I'll listen to it, play it back. But anyway, so I go on to select 2 seats, and do you know what? you're clicking the interactive. Sorry, you're clicking the seat. You tapping, and nothing's happening. You're constantly tapping it, and nothing's happening.
Hold on. If someone's a music DJ in here, take that tapping and remix it into a song, please.
Someone make it, please.
But literally, it's just like, why is it not doing anything? Like, I'm going mad. By this time, I'm actually going mad. I'm outside my workplace. I'm like fucking swearing into my phone. People walking past me thinking I'm some sort of fucking lunatic.
Absolutely.
So in the end, like, I've selected another seat, and it's like, all right, finally, it's taking me into my basket. But it's got 2 seats, and it wants me to pay £141 for 2 seats. And I can't assign it to anyone, like I know, because they didn't renew in full. So they're not eligible to get a ticket. So it's not letting me assign.
Wait. So if you didn't get a ticket, right? Let me just say it. So if you didn't get a ticket the first way around in the little ballot thing, yeah. They've released. I'm assuming people have sent them back, like don't want to go or can't go or whatever. So they've got that batch of tickets that they got sent back. Then they've put them out there again, and they're like, "But what? I still don't understand why they're charging you for it."
I know it's just
I don't understand it. If you can only get one if you renewed your season ticket in full, why are they still trying to charge you 34 quid?
I know, and you know what?
Would you have to pay for it? Can someone tell me? I know Chris Mills is in the chat. I see him earlier. I know he got one because I see it on Facebook that he got one.
But that
Please tell me whether you paid.
Message you just put up says that other clubs are doing it for free. So
no, that's only Burnley. I think they got a new owner.
But I was trying to select other seats, and they were going up. There's like £60 one, so they're trying to charge me like £141 for 2 tickets for 2 seats.
£141.
But what? Yeah, for 2 seats when I only needed 1, right? So I was like, right, fuck this. So I removed the other seat. And it kicked me out. It completely locked me out. I can hear myself fucking ranting. It kicked me out right back to the beginning. And as I've logged back in, I could just see him disappearing in front of my eyes.
He's getting as seething as the Astra Goo back type.
So honestly, I've done it again and again and again. I was tapping these seats. Nothing was happening. And then I came up and then I got the 2 seats. The 2 green ticks, and just nothing happened. There was nothing that popped up to give you the option to go and pay for them. So I was getting desperate by then. I thought, fuck it. I'll just end up paying for 2 tickets if I have to. And then,
so what happens if you buy? Is there any spares? Is there anything like that?
I can only assume so, but I just gave up in the end. I was fucking furious.
Chris is right there, though. What we said about, because everyone's trying to. What's good to hear is that the ticket office is clearly fucking vastly improved, because we were getting this on away tickets throughout the season. You know, having to get on there at fucking 12 p.m. and being in the bracket, you know, being in the right points top bracket to get the first ones, and everyone, like Chris said, everyone's doing the same thing at the same time, and you just got to be arsehole lucky then, basically, just to get to the proceed section.
Massive freefall, but we always have problems with them. It's the same shit all the time. Like, I remember when we were trying to get Oxford tickets, and I went to try and assign them, and they wouldn't assign me adult tickets. And I thought it sold out.
Fucking money that was. Should have sold.
And then I spent about 5 minutes on the phone trying to get through, and then as soon as I got through, somebody picked up. It finally finished the transaction. I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry mate, I'm done here. See you later." Shortest conversation I've ever had. And then, do you remember, I think we tried getting Newcastle spares off someone, and they told the guy that we were trying to get him off them, because he went to order them for us, and we'd obviously send him the money over, and he'd post them to my address. And then they posted, he went to order them, and this is Newcastle. They just got on sale to away season tickets, so they just reached the top priority points band, and they're turning around and saying to this bloke, they're sold out already. What, for Newcastle? Fuck, like, honestly, it's just
they are fucking useless.
Absolutely useless.
They need to definitely fucking do something.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I've always found the ticket office very tedious. I had a problem earlier on in the season with we were trying to renew our season tickets, and we had club cash in there. We was adding the club cash, and it was still trying to charge us the full whack.
You know what?
Right.
When I was talking to Dom in the week about the renewing the season tickets, I actually said I need to ring them up, obviously, because they've also put all of the club cash for mine and my old man's ticket in one fucking account. So that obviously they confuse people enough, but that's obviously just making it 10 times worse. And I'm trying to, like you said, Nick, I'm trying to say to him, but I don't owe you 655 quid. I've just got 196 in fucking club cash. What are you going on about? Just like you can't.
I've heard a lot of horror stories about club cash, man. Club cash is like Mickey Mouse money. It actually holds no fucking value at all.
You get extra 10% club cash if you take a big club cash refund. 10%, yeah.
Oh, right. I thought you said that.
Yeah, I think if you take all refunds in club cash, they give you extra 10%. But that's the thing. Like, last year, obviously, when we all had to get our refunds for the last 5 home games of last season that we obviously couldn't attend, they just stuck club cash in everyone's accounts and didn't even bother emailing us the next day.
But then you had to email them.
It all broke out because somebody on Twitter just happened to check their account on the off chance, saw he had club cash, said the word out to everyone saying, "Oh, everyone check your account, see if you got club cash."
Yeah.
There was no email, just stuck it in your account. And there were rumors going around.
Steve, I fully agree, mate. You need to go back to the old days when you had a little book and pull out the numbered stubs.
Do you remember the good old priority point form as well?
I miss the old books, man. I miss the old books. You remember the book? And you used to get there on match day and it used to say like ticket number 34. And you used to take out ticket number 34. Do you remember them?
No.
Yeah, I just remember that. I think it was 94, 95, I think I started on that.
Yeah, they went up to, I found a load of my books around my mum's when she was moving, like old books. I had tons of them. I think I posted them on Twitter.
They do need to go back to basics and simplify again, definitely.
Stuff in the ticket office is as good as gold. He says systems that are rubbish. Yeah, I agree with that. So, look, I see staff in the ticket office week in, week out, mate, because I am a fucking fucker for either losing my ticket or forgetting the fucking thing.
Oh, you're a nightmare.
I have to go and queue up most games and go and like get faced. It's a fucking massive queue as well. I normally queue up for about half an hour. But I'm a bastard for forgetting my ticket. I am I've probably had a season ticket at the new stadium. What's it? 5 years we've been there?
Same as us now, same as everyone. Yeah,
it'd be like 4 years, wouldn't it? Because we didn't go this year. But 5 years season ticket there. I reckon if I've had my ticket on 20 occasions, I reckon that would be pushing it out of the 4 seasons.
How did you forget your season ticket?
I just always do, mate. I'm a fucker for it, like.
Mate, all the other stuff I remember for the interviews and stuff, you can half understand.
Yeah, that's true. I went on to and this is what grinds my gears about the ticketing system, because we're a Premier League club, and I actually, you know what I'm like, I like to do a lot of ground hopping. I like to do non-league, and I bought a ticket for Dagenham and Redbridge for a game that takes place next Saturday. And I saw they were at home at 12:30. I was like, that's all right. I'll go at that game, go home, and then get ready, and then go to the pub for the Champions League final. So I logged on. Obviously, I don't have an account with Dagenham and Redbridge. I have to make you set up an account, which is fair enough. So I set up an account, clicked select my seat, and within like 2 minutes, it was all done, dusted. And then yesterday, you know what I mean? You have all that shambles yesterday when we're a Premier League club. Like, there's no thought behind it. You thought after 14 months away, we've all suffered, we've all missed it so much. They can't even fucking get that right. Just annoys me.
Soho Miss says you can't beat the old days paying a £5 cash at the turnstiles at the South Bank. Yeah, my first game I think was £3 at the turnstiles. They don't take cash obviously at the turnstiles anymore. I used to like it when they used to take cash, because you know old Sid on the fucking gate was slipping every £3 out of every 10 in his pocket. You know that for a fucking fact, didn't you? Like, they used to get a nice little payoff. Now it's all going through them accounts.
I'll tell you a story about sorry, quick. When it was my first game queuing, I had to queue up as well. It was a game against Bolton Wanderers, and it was like, I think it was kids for £1. And I said to my dad, like, can we please go? You know, it's only £1 for me, without like realising he had to pay £52. So my dad took me, my sister.
I'd have chucked you through the turnstiles and went out the pub.
But he took me, my sister, and my sister's friend, and we had to queue up for about 40 minutes, and it was really annoying because we missed bubbles. And this guy come out of nowhere, right? My dad was just getting to the front of the queue, and this guy, he must have, he was looking back now, he was definitely blagging it, but like, I just don't think he could be bothered to queue. He's come up to me, Dan. He's like, "All right, mate, do us a favour, will you? I've gone round the wrong side to queue for the ticket. It's the wrong ticket office. My ticket's this side, and obviously the queue's a bit long. I'm going to miss the game. You couldn't pick mine up, could you?" And he was definitely, looking back now, blagged it. My dad's a really kind bloke. He'd do anything to help anyone. And he picked up this bloke's ticket. He's like, "Cheers, mate, you're a diamond." And I just see him go off with this group of lads. I'm like, fuzzy fuck, got around the wrong side. He was late. Yeah, so I do. There were times when you could queue up as well, but not anymore. I just couldn't stomach queuing up now. I always got to make sure I got a ticket.
Miss Emirates says, "Was thinking we should do something to show your support." We're going to go ask us anything. We've got a couple of guests, so I want some really, 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 really good questions tonight for these boys. Let's get into their minds. Was thinking we should do something to show our support, Nicky, against Twitter. I'll be honest with you, mate. I'm in the midst of my personal account. Obviously, we're going to use it for West Ham Fan TV. We're probably streaming there now, actually. But I'm done with Twitter. I am absolutely done with it. I couldn't give a fuck about Twitter anymore. I'm rebranding my personal account, and anyone that follows me, I do apologise if you follow me for the football and all that, but I'm rebranding it into my Twitch stream thing. What happened the other day is a reason that we participated in this fucking media blackout thing, and this sort of thing is the reason why that sort of thing is fucking prevalent, because you've got a guy that's mocking a family that's lost a grandfather, a father, football fans that have lost someone in a helicopter crash, and he's making taking the absolute piss by posting the pictures and all of that sort of thing. And I called him a swear word, and they banned me. And
that's what they do. Like,
I couldn't get back into my account. And,
they always do that.
Disgrace.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I can say it on here because they can't ban me on here. I call him a cunt. I call him a disrespectful cunt. And he'll still be a cunt when he'll realise. No, what I said is he called him a disrespectful cunt, and it ain't going till he's older that he'll realise how much of a cunt he was. That's all I said. And I don't think I know it's a bad word, but I don't think that's a bad description of the bloke, to be quite honest with you. And Twitter banned me. They didn't look at the context of his tweet. That was up from the FA Cup final day up until when I commented on it a couple of days later, and I used a swear word, and they banned me. And they let the amount of shit I've seen on there, man. I've seen fucking women fiddling around with their minges. I've seen fucking people getting their dicks out. I've seen people fucking in lifts on there. Honestly, I've seen all sorts of shit. I've seen women with tits and they've got a dick when it goes down. I've seen all sorts of bollocks on there. And you call someone a cunt and they want to ban you. And I think it's a fucking disgrace, to be honest with you. The platform is I love the banter on there. I do. And I do like Twitter. And I'm a bit of a Twitter addict. But you can just get away where you want. But if you say a bad swear word, they want to ban you for a day. And I'm just done with it, mate. You know what I mean? And then they made me verify my account. Do you know what I mean? They made me verify I don't give a shit. My face is on there. You know what I mean? A lot of these people, you see someone on here earlier. Geezer come in. He called me a pedo over and over and over again. Why aren't they fucking? Why ain't that word being picked up? Why ain't he being banned?
Because I know this is YouTube. Right, that's why.
Maybe
well, no, but I'm just saying, like, but you know what I mean? What what's the fucking?
The thing is, when you're getting your account banned, it's because you're calling this person the C word, and that person who you're calling the C word is actually reporting your account just to antagonise you more, because that's how they get off it. They post a terrible.
But Tom, I heard dozens and dozens and dozens of people say they reported this geezer. Dozens of people.
No, but he's reporting you for saying for what you're
No,
saying.
yeah. He reported me, but that must have nobody else is going to be reporting me. I'd be very surprised if anyone else but him reported me. I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, but then again,
I heard
we all know
dozens
these people.
and dozens and dozens of people going through their Twitter, reporting that image, and they just left it up. They didn't do nothing about it.
Yeah, but we all know, me and you both very well know that these sort of people, they're in group chats, and they're all like some vile little network. They're probably quite a few amount of them just decided to do it because it's happened to someone I know. This bloke was getting stick from someone who you and I both know of quite well, who's known for doing stuff like this, and he retaliated, and then he got suspended on Twitter for a week. It's part of their game. They're all just horrible little wankers.
Hammers Mikey says Facebook shows death and torture and dead babies, but the posts do not go there against their community standards supposedly, but you get a ban for swearing on it. Social media is done. The West Ham website, going back to the West Ham website, was a joke trying to get a ticket yesterday. Made it so hard to get a single ticket. Fair play to those who got one, but I'm still fucking raging.
You and me both, mate. Yeah.
I run a Hammers page on Facebook because I reposted a video West Ham had published. I was banned for 3 days. It's a joke. Social media punishes wrong people at the easy target. Fight.
Even if they can I just say, even if they do get punished, they still fucking come back. There's a certain bloke we know, certain clan of people that we know who have about 6 accounts, and they're bad because they put it in their bio. Oh, I'm back for the 13th time or something. But don't report me. Get off on it.
There was a geezer on here earlier, right? There is a geezer on here. Carl Porter, did you get my super chat, boys? I'll have a look in a minute, Carl. I didn't see it pop up, mate. But I will have a look. Don't rest assured, please. If you just put in what it said, and I'll read it out. But no, in terms of social media and how this is what I'm saying. This is how easy it is to do. There was a geezer earlier called Nicky the Kiddie Fiddler calling me a pedo over and over and over again. And we've had this over the last few weeks and all of that sort of thing. And you ban him. Within 10 minutes, he's back on there as JPWHUTV and he's calling me a pedo again. It's the same person. It's posting the same thing over and over and over again. That's how easy it is. What's the point of the ban? What is the point of banning?
And that's what I'm saying. You delete their accounts, they just make another one.
They just make another one,
and they carry on doing the same shit. And they're like, "Oh, look at me! I'm back for the 13th time. Oh, no grasses. No, don't report me." You know what I mean? It's pathetic. Absolute embarrassment.
I've just had enough of it. I think it's a vile place, mate. I love it because there's so much banter on there, and I love a bit of banter.
There's a dark side to everything, though, mate. Sadly.
But in terms of the dregs of society, mate, that's they live on Twitter. They live there. The amount of fake accounts I've had to deal with over the years, the amount of people, accusing me of untrue things, and the amount of DMs I've got, and the amount of people. I mean, a couple of years ago, and this wasn't even from a troll. There was some geezer just posting stuff that I was a racist. When it was because it just decided that I was a racist. Because I didn't retweet his tweet. It was just saying to me, his cunt's a racist cunt and all that. I didn't see him get banned. Do you know what I mean? I didn't retweet his tweet in enough time. And he's calling me all sorts of accusations flying around left, right, and centre. I'm just at the point now. Personally, I just can't be. My son's growing up. Like a couple of years ago, my son read something on there. It upset him a little bit. Someone was saying something about me. You know what I mean? And he's growing up. He can read and all of that now. So, if he was watching this tonight, he would see someone calling me a pedo over and over again. You know what I mean? And he's starting to understand what them types of words mean. Obviously, I'm not going away anywhere, but in terms of using it personally, using Twitter or anything personally, I've just rebranded my personal Twitter into my Twitch one now, and I'll just be posting when I'm streaming, my old retro games. That's what I'm doing. I'm in the midst of changing
games you
everything.
playing? Just a quick one. What games
Just
you
old
playing?
ones, just old ones, mate. The old
games,
Nintendo, old Nintendo 64, and
I
was playing
started the Mafia trilogy this week. It's actually really good. I actually really like it.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Sean Rafferty says he's Marshy on mute. Now, Marshy will get involved in a minute. I'm just spitballing here.
Just
But yeah, I've just had enough of it. I've just had enough of it.
Sorry, I've
There
just
you
got
go.
a bad cramp, so I'm leaning back a bit.
Right, let's get some questions in for our guests here. So let's go ask us anything. We can go.
Can't wait for this. Fucking hell.
And I mean anything. They'll answer anything. Fucking hell. I have to create it. Hold on. Go on, Marshy. Do you want to say something, mate?
What was? Are we're changing the subject now? We're going into
Yeah, whatever you want, mate.
I just think with that social media thing, by the way, I just think that it's unfortunate and gutting to the point that it drafts fucking decent people away for people that just have got, and all it is, it's just like you say, dead end and dregs of this fucking world and earth. They've got nothing better to do, and it just drafts away decent. Not that you want to be drafted away, but better people like yourself, and I'm sure there's others that warrant massively being off of and being taken down accounts and stuff like that. But it just doesn't, like you say, it's an and I agree. Twitter is an enjoyable place when you're getting into, sort of not so heated debates, but you sort of don't share the same opinion, and that's what football's about as well, like everything else. You should just be able to, have normal conversations about things flying off the handle and stuff like that. It's a shame.
Yeah, Carl Porter says Super Chat said I'm a little LFC fan from the US. Been watching your channel since 2014. Not West Ham fan, but I'm a fan of you boys.
Oh, would you look at that?
Have a pint on me. Thank you so much, Carl. Really appreciate that, my friend.
Cheers.
Yeah, sorry I missed it. There was so much going on. I didn't really see it. Miss Amaret says, in my opinion, keyboard warriors and trolls have got no life and tiny marrow.
This Miss Hammerette is blinding, by the way. This is you need that.
Yes, yeah, she's very good, mate. She's very good. Chris Bill says, Nicky is the reason Ryan ain't here because you've done him and taken that back. That his WWE belt that is behind you. Yeah, do you know? Oh, I get it. Hold on.
The vibration.
The WWE belt's making an appearance live on Friday Night Pint.
I'm the champion now. Yeah, I might sit here like this for the rest of the rest of the stream. So they wear it, innit? So they used to wear it in the old days, anyway. I don't know what they do with them now. Yeah. No, it's got something going on tonight. I don't want to divulge too much. I'll let him tell you because it's not my place to say. But they've all got something going on tonight. Scott's got something on with his new baby. Ryan's got something going on. Dan's just pissed off up the pub.
Are we not good enough? Is that it? Oh, I see how it is.
We're like fifth and sixth fiddle. No. To be honest with you, congratulations to Scott and his family. That's a lovely thing.
Zipper's been nibbled. Emma Time TV. What do you think of Mo from AFTV being banned from AFTV for agreeing Israeli bombing Palestine?
I think he was standing up for Palestine, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think it was anything like that.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know who Mo is.
He's the posh fella. He's very, very political. I follow him on Twitter, and he speaks very, very well. But he's extremely, extremely political. Big Labour supporter. And I like, you see, I think somebody put an example on it yesterday. You see Ty like taking the knee in his fan cams, like saying Black Lives Matter, which is I don't see an issue with. But then it's the same sort of concept from Mo doing the saying what he believes, and they get rid of him. I don't know, mate. I can't really comment on that.
I think you got to wait to see what the context of the story. I'll be honest with you, and Rob's a good friend of mine, but I don't know enough about the story. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know enough about Israel and Palestine. I don't even know what's going on over there.
I think you got to keep politics away from football, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even like. You know, I think somebody emailed me yesterday, like, and this is the sort of thing that you get saying, like, can you put your support behind Palestine? You used to be for the fans, by the fans, and you know the sponsorships and the money's taking over you boys, and you know you've got a right to a God-given, like, you know, not a God-given. What did he say? You've got a platform and you should be speaking out about it. I don't know nothing about it. I don't even know what's going on. Like, and I mean that with the bottom of my heart. You know what I mean? And I'm not someone that shies away from things like that. I'll put in my support behind things, but I don't know what's going on over there. And I'll be honest with you, there's so much shit going on in the world at the minute. I don't like to see, like, you know, I don't want to burden myself with another fucking sad story. I just don't know what's going on over there.
It's all about land and
but
all that.
You can't do that. You can't turn around and say to someone, like, you know, you've got to say this, because that might not be my, like, as much as a bastard that may be, that might not be my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like, and if I don't know anything or enough about it, then, you know, what I've got to say it because I've got a God-given right to say it, or, you know, I've got to say it because that's what he believes. I don't know enough about the fucking place. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on over there. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's you know, it's, as you say, it gets too messy when it gets political, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm here to talk about the football. If I wanted to talk about politics, I'd start a politics channel. But yeah,
well said, that man.
I'm just here to talk about the football. You know, yeah. If I know enough about the subject, and I have chucked my back in behind, like, the things like Black Lives Matter, because I do know a little bit about that, but I just don't want to. You know, I'm not here to talk about that. If I want to listen to fucking depressing and political news, I'd watch the fucking news. Do you know what I mean? Look at Dom's eyes.
Oh shit!
That's what he gets to. He's nodding off.
And I mean that with
green screen.
I mean that with the greatest respect to anyone, whatever you believe. You know what I mean? I believe there's opinions, and you know, everyone's opinions welcome and all of that sort of thing. But I just don't know enough about it. And you know, I can't. You know, someone can't bully me into saying something that, you know, someone tricked me into saying something about some racist leader before. You know, on this channel. That's why I don't talk about them sort of things. You know. Because no matter what you talk about in politics, you'll always upset someone. And I'm not here to upset anyone. I'm here to talk about the football, and that's it. But and that's what I think them channels should be doing as well. Concentrate on the football. If you want to talk about Palestine or Israel or whatever, you know, go and look for a fucking political channel and say on that. Gary Sharp donated $10. Thank you so much, Gary. Hi from Connecticut, USA. Keep up the good work. It's you guys that keep us overseas fans informed. What team have impressed and disappointed you this season? What teams have impressed and disappointed me? I've been very impressed by a team called West Ham United. I think they've been brilliant this year.
I love that loads of people from around the world watch this. It's just such a great sort of thing. You know what I mean? It's really good. It's just nice, ain't it? You know, we've got quite a few friends from, like, America, like Tim and oh god, I don't mean to, Wayne from American Hammers TV. I know Wayne from England, and so's a few of them. But you know, it's really, really good. A few Australian guys as well. A friend of ours, Ryan, who came over Christmas last season. I was going to crash with him during the Australian pre-season tour last year, which didn't go ahead. Gutted about that.
But that's like Nicky said. That's why these sort of channels are essential, because it gives people that, you know, insight into what's going on.
What's going on with my eyes? Every time I look, sorry, look, bloody hell, this green screen, man. Honestly, sorry, go on.
I think it get, like I say, like I've always said, I think that, you know, the work that the boys put in and the effort that goes into allowing everyone to, you know, have a platform in order to share their views and opinions, because that's what it is. No one's right, no one's wrong, and you know, largely we all come together and agree on stuff. But when we don't, it makes it all the better as well, because you know, we sort of digest stuff and and go through different people's views and opinions and that. And like I say, it's a pucker channel. All the other channels are blinded, and that's what it's all about.
Ryan Becks donated $5. Thank you very much, Ryan. Also, a LFC fan from the USA, but love Friday Night Pints. Watch it almost every week. You are legends. Nicky is the GOAT. Thank you so much, Matt. I really appreciate that, and thank you so much for donating.
That's 3 Liverpool fans who donated super chats.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Dom's adopted Nicky's Pixel. I don't know if you know what the Pixel is.
It's the I don't know, man. It's like every time I move my head round here. Look, here it is now. Look. It looks like I've been shot in the head if I do this. Look.
No, but the question was quickly, what teams have you been impressed and disappointed by? I've been impressed with us.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I've been very impressed with us. I think we've shown good character this year, and that's, I'll say it how it is. Who I've been disappointed with. I haven't been disappointed with anyone because I don't give a shit about anyone. But I've been disappointed with Tottenham that they didn't give it much more of a fight. You know what I mean?
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Come on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Leeds have done well, and Leicester.
Yeah, I think Leeds have been. I think if Leeds, if there was 5 games left, I'd fancy Leeds for Europa League.
You got. I mean, in terms of Leicester are going to get Champions League. They've got to get some points on Saturday, but they've got to get Champions League, and they've won the FA Cup. They don't get much more impressive than that from a team outside the top 6, really.
In the last 5 years as well.
I'd say Leicester cemented themselves in that bracket now.
No, I don't know.
Why's your arm up? What are you doing?
I'm putting my hand up so I can ask a question.
All right, pupil.
No, sorry, I'm just hanging off the thingy. But yeah, I've been impressed. I've been impressed with. Do you know what? This might be a bit controversial. I ain't been that impressed with Leeds. I ain't been that impressed with them.
They've been on a proper good run lately. I think since
they've been on a. I just think they're too gung ho at times. I just think it's like it's kill or be killed for them, isn't it? Sometimes when you watch them play football, that's why we've beaten them twice this year.
But what's also happened? So what's also happened to the demise of that lot that we're playing on Sunday?
Southampton.
What I mean by that is the fact that they was up with us and Everton at one point, and obviously fighting for the positions.
That was Totally, weren't they? That was the one that famously said, "Stop the count."
Yeah, that was his name, the manager, Hoosenhart or whatever. He had it going, but they've fallen off the fucking face of the earth.
Their good start saved them from a relegation battle, like a genuine one. Like,
they haven't had like massively injured players. I know Ings got injured, but they've still got, and that is the partial worry and concern on Sunday. They've still got the likes of Redmond, Ward-Prowse, Oriol Romeu, the Vestergaard, the right back, the Tottenham geezer, Walker Peters. Tough game, man.
I'm just looking for. Can you see any comments that you want to put up?
I can't. Can we see him here?
Yeah, you can see it.
How'd you see
Oh,
it?
right, here we go. They lost 9-0. Wolves have been a bit disappointing.
Southampton form since Christmas is relegation form, which worries me greatly. Nicky, Dom, Marshy, who would be the last man standing out of the 3 of yous on a heavy night out on the beers? Ooh.
Looking at
Hang on a minute.
Dom on his birthday, he ain't got a chance.
Mate, I had a lot to drink, to be fair. I had a lot to drink.
Now, I don't want to talk for I don't think I've ever seen Marshy have a drink, to be honest. Have we ever been in the pub together?
You twice quite a lot, don't you? We have been out in on a way on nights out in different
cities. Out
cities.
in Bournemouth that night. Did you come out in Bournemouth, Marshy? Did you stay over with us?
No. Do you know what? I need to be doing this. Not that I obviously don't want to, but I don't. When I do have a drink, I'll give it a good go. But I mean, I'm either a designated driver or I need to live up to the voice of reason sort of name tag that seems to go with me where I go. Which is good. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Do you that night in Bournemouth, Nick? We was. Why can I hear myself?
I don't know, mate.
Hello. That night, me and you were both absolutely plastered. I think I got so I was with your brother. I remember like the last thing I remember. I was with your brother in the smoking area in this club,
Mm.
and
Gary wasn't smoking, Mum.
do you know what? I couldn't even tell you if he was. But I remember just getting back. I think I must have got in a cab back to my hotel, and I just passed out right outside the door. And I woke up, and there was this great big Eastern European hotel security guard standing over me. Like I was like, "Where the fuck am I?" And he was like, "You have a key to this hotel." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I have, mate. Yeah, I think this is the right one." And I just remember staggering into my room. And I woke up the next morning, and they have these complimentary portraits on the wall, and it was just on the floor, completely smashed in two. I don't even remember how the hell it got there, but yeah, I had a bad hangover the next day.
No, I'd definitely love to get something organised. We need to.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We all stay behind anyway for the interviews. It'd be nice.
Not Sunday games next year though, Marshy. So we might be able to go there on a Saturday night.
Whee!
That is true. Or it's a late one Sunday. Hangover Mondays.
No, I'm not going. Nah, bollocks to that. I'm thinking more like go out up there for the day on Saturday, then stay over for the Sunday, and then go home after.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Someone said if we got a Bournemouth story, I'll read your super chat in a minute, Roy. Someone said we've got a story for Bournemouth. Not for that night, I don't think. We've got any particular stories for that night. It was pretty standard night, mate. But I used to go Bournemouth quite a lot actually when I was younger. I once lost my shoes. In fact, I lost everything in Bournemouth. I lost my jacket and my shoes because I was so pissed. And I ended up fighting two bouncers trying to get into a strip club where I thought my shoes and my jacket was, but I was actually in the bar next door.
Shall I tell the story about the hotel debacle in Newcastle, Marshy?
You can do. Tone it. Yeah. Cut it down if that's at all. But no, I could actually potentially help you.
Go on. You give your side.
What was the what was it the season before when we won 3-0?
Yeah, it was that game. Yeah.
Whether was it Anderson and Andes sort of thing?
Yeah, that was it. Hernandez too.
Yeah, well, we tried to book in, didn't we, for the weekend for the Premier Inn, didn't we? The bottom of the city centre, which seems to be the usual sort of one. Failing, obviously, that I think we sat on it a bit too long, didn't we? And there was no rooms. So then Dom's obviously suggested that he sort of takes reins of the situation and has contacted sort of what you would imagine would be local hotels. So we get to game day, we get up there. So we're going to flagging a cab down from the station, which was hard enough as it was when loads of West Ham were coming in.
I was with Nicky's brother.
And waiting. And we gets in the cab and that, and obviously we goes to the ground. It was getting close to kickoff, wasn't it, to be fair? I think it's only an hour to go before kickoff. It's like 2:00. And so Dom went, I'll get out. A couple of you lot stay in the cab and whatever to the hotel, and I'll meet you by the away end, by the turnstiles. All right. So it goes to the hotel, and it's like, must be an hour out of the way. It's closer to fucking Scotland than it was like Newcastle. Where was it? Where was that fucking place?
Northumbria. It was literally, it was a Holiday Inn, literally parked right by the arse end of the A1.
And then better still, the funniest thing was he had the audacity after to be ringing when we're in the cab on the return journey to the ground. Once you've checked in and got the bags, dropped the bags, to say, "Oh, come on, where are you? We're waiting here. It's like fucking 20 to 3. We're like, we're got caught at every single fucking red light, like coming back to the ground. Like, he had to wait for us because he had the match tickets and that. I said, where the fuck's the hotel? I said, about 3 days out the fucking way. It was just an absolute. So, needless to say, I don't think you'll be on any fucning any bookings of hotels on a way.
Yeah, don't give him the fucking reins on that. Daniela Stewart says, who was better, Joe Cole, Michael Carrick?
Joe Cole.
Joe Cole was class, but listen, don't take anything away from Carrick. I think he actually they're different players, aren't they? Brought different stuff to the team.
I would say Carrick.
I ain't a fan of Carrick.
What?
Yeah,
I don't like Carrick. Never have.
I do love Joe Cole, but he's a bit more.
There is a grace about Michael Carrick that football lovers, like pure football lovers, will appreciate. he made it look like he had so much time. That's what I used to love about his passing range was brilliant. He had a lovely right foot, left foot. Sets there. He's sort of like the conductor of the whole thing. He sits in the middle and just makes everything tick.
Mate, some of the greatest players in this country that we've seen them, witness live as well have been centre midfielders, mate. It's the place to be.
Yeah. And Joe Cole was good as a youngster. He was an exciting player. I think his career sort of drifted off a little bit towards the end. But Michael Carrick, there's a reason I think that, Joe Cole ended up coming back to us and then going to Coventry and then going to Orlando Pirates, and Michael Carrick was playing for Man United until the day he retired. Like, as a pure footballist, he made it look so easy, and that for me is when I enjoy watching footballers the most. I think he was probably one of the most underrated players to come through the academies in the last 20 years. I think English players, even with England caps, he just made everything so easy.
If it weren't for the fact of coming through as well with the likes of who he was coming through with, I think he would have got a bit more sort of a standout, recognition, if you like, for want of a better word. I think he was. They were both quality. Don't get me wrong, but I'm with you, Nick. Michael Carrick was something different. Yeah,
Miss Emmerich says Nicky answered this really well last Friday night pint. So Marshy and Dom, what 2 things would you take with you if you knew you was going to get stranded on a desert island?
I think one would have to be your mobile, wouldn't it? I think.
Yeah.
For maybe, or maybe not, as a case may be, because that's maybe give you a welcome break from it. I'd have to think about it. I suppose it's a bit on the spot. 2 things you take with you on a stranded desert island.
What would you take, Dom?
A blow up dough and a packet of biscuits.
1 packet of biscuits.
Yeah,
a blow up dough and a packet of biscuits.
What's the blow up dough setup about?
It's just something random, ain't it? Something if you get a bit bored, that's all. If you can't have your mobile phone, you've got to find another source of entertainment.
A packet of biscuits.
The thing is, though, what biscuits?
Digestives all day, mate.
Chocolate ones.
What plain or
chocolate? Of course, it's got to be chocolate, isn't it? Come on.
Milk or dark?
Milk.
Yeah, it's a list.
Yeah, you like dark, didn't you?
I do. Yeah. With a cup of tea, I'll go through a pack. You can probably tell that by this screen.
Jane Gaines. Jane Gaines says, "Can you see my comments? If you can, can you say extra fucking goo goo?"
You know what? I was actually braced for this question tonight when you said if I could come on, so I've got my answer prepared. Stick 50 quid in the super chat, and I might consider it.
No.
Can you say extra goo goo?
No. Don't do that. But thank you, Dom. I agree with that. But please don't stick 50 quid in the super chat. It's not worth it. There's a video somewhere. I think we deleted that video, actually. Edward Spearing says Carrick in the all-time Hammers 11, and that goes back to Pop Robson and DeCanio up front and all of that sort of thing. Why is no one drinking beer on Friday night pint, for fuck's sake? Laugh out loud. I've run out, to be honest. Do you know what? I've got to go out and get some beer tomorrow for the watch along, actually, because it's the last one. I've got a bottle of Grey Goose downstairs. I could go and get it, couldn't I?
I think I'm probably going to be saving myself for Sunday, I think.
Is anyone going to the ground?
Give me a minute. Let me come back.
I actually would.
You take your phone with you?
I was just trying to adjust the camera.
Okay.
I panicked.
Yeah, I did actually say to Dom about going to the ground. I think that'll be. Imagine the scenes if we do.
I wouldn't go to the ground unless I had a ticket. Right, let me get a drink. Then I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, but he'd soon be watching it with Tottenham supporters in his local pub. I can't be doing that.
Yeah,
that's enough for fun because he could see them all crying at full time, hopefully.
Yeah, but that turns into severe hostility.
Chazza Hammer 04 says, if we had a penalty in the last minute to get a point and secure Europa League and Noble is not on the pitch, who is taking it? Well, it ain't Declan fucking Rice.
Yeah, but it ain't. I don't actually think it's Antonio either. I know that he'd probably be next in line by the sounds of his interview, but I don't actually. Maybe it could be. I don't know. Would it be Lingard possibly?
I would still put my faith in Rice. Honestly, I would. That was a joke, by the way. I would still put my faith in Rice. I don't think he'll let us down that often.
He wouldn't do, I don't think, but from 12 yards, if you're not converting, it's a big problem, isn't it, really?
Yeah, listen, I would still put my faith in Declan Rice. I would still. Cresswell, that's a good shout.
I was gonna say Cresswell. I'll say Lingard in the hope that he's actually going to be a West Ham player next season. But
I wonder what Virgil van Dawson's like at penalties.
At penalties, yeah.
Bowen?
Do you know what? Bowen's gone well under the radar. I think a lot of that was because of the Antonio comeback, wasn't it? And obviously we needed an option from the bench, and playing the system that we play was only going to suit either Antonio or Bowen, and obviously Antonio will get the nod. But
to be fair as well, Marshy, I think Souček used to be the penalty taker for Slavia Prague. I've seen him on YouTube bang a couple of penalties. Yeah, he's pretty decent at them. Oh, hello!
Yeah.
Look what Dom's got.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a birthday present. Well, you still got some of that. That's good. Guys.
Yeah, man. I actually drank quite a lot after the Brighton
is
game.
Is that refilled actually?
Nah, man. It's been in the freezer. It's fucking cold. My hands I can't even feel my fingers because I just took it out of the freezer. But I actually when we after the game last Saturday against Brighton, I was so fucking pissed off. I just went straight to the freezer and just started drinking. I don't usually do that, but yeah, I needed something.
I'll go and get a drink. I'll get when we get another question in and you're answering it. I'll go and get one as well. Just because we're hour and a half in, and I am fucking thirsty now, to be quite honest with you. Okay, there's the question. If you could take one realistic target and put them in our team, who would it be? For me, it would be Watkins. There you go. I'll leave you with that one.
Jeez, Mike, this is freezing. I'm going to lose my fingers in a minute. What did he say?
Watkins is, if you could have one target and put him in your team, who would it be? For me, it would be Watkins. Watkins is not a bad shout. Watkins, I think, Watkins was the preferable one to Benrahma at the time. I would take Watkins all day long, but I think that's another tough question as well, because it would sort of depend on who you thought, in your opinion, would be where we need to strengthen the most, maybe.
It's got to be up front, isn't it? I think there's a few places we need to strengthen. I think we're short in mid. It's all about depth as well. We do need to sign squad players as
That's
well.
That's my worry going into.
We need a centre. We need a couple of centre mids. We need a couple of wingers as well, and I think we obviously we need a striker. I said Danny Ings. But again, the thing is, he's too injury prone. But he would be.
It's a tough one with striker, because I do agree. I think striker primarily is the main target. But who is? I mean, they were looking at the. Is it Adam Armstrong from Blackburn?
Yeah, Tony as well. I think we got.
I think for me, it would be Ivan Toney for me. I'd be more than happy to give him a go. But I think if Brentford make it,
that's what I was going to say. If they go up, it's going to be harder to get him.
He probably owes it to Brentford in a sense to if they secure the promotion, then Toney will probably be with them, wouldn't he? But I actually think that I'm going to go Ivan Toney. I think definitely.
Yeah,
even Toney.
Yeah, just for this question. Ollie Watkins is a great shout, though. I do agree with that as well.
I would have took Watkins at the beginning. We had a chance of Watkins, obviously.
Apparently, he was available for $9 million, weren't he?
I don't know. We're called into someone, yeah.
For Villa for 33, though, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But there was a certain account that was going on about the pricing of all of these players, and he was saying like, get this one, but he was pricing like Watkins at 9 million and Benrahma at 14 million, and
on the strong stuff. Just so you're aware, I'm actually doing a bit of a lawless, trying to drop a bit as well. Prior to
the Volvic summer fruits.
Yeah, I don't go without the summer fruits. I don't do the plain water. It's just fucking boring.
Well, I'm on the baller stuff. Look,
Yeah, you see us.
You flash bastard.
yeah, baller, aren't I?
Flash cockney bastard.
Absolute baller. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going Eve Antoni with that
I've
one.
got,
Oh, that's smooth.
I've got the vodka and I've got a can of cloudy lemonade I found in the fridge. So that'll do me.
Here's a good one. Would you take Dean Garner back for a similar fee?
I did just say we need. I think we need wingers. I think Yarmolenko's going to go out the door, so we need a replacement for him. I think a lot. What we need to realise is I think we need squad depth more than actual improvements in the team, because I think our first team's actually all right, bar an out-and-out striker. But obviously, with the likelihood of a extra competition next season, we are going to need a lot of bodies. So I would consider bringing Dean Garner back. I think I done a. I think I was talking on a podcast yesterday about it's not quite worked out for Dean Garner, but I think it's a
true.
That
is true, though. It hasn't, though, is it? Because
I know, but I think
how happy they were to see him, like Rice and that, putting their arms around him, Antonio and that. Like, he weren't even getting in the West Brom team.
To be fair to him, though, I'm going to be fair to him. It's tough. He's like, you remember, he's still a kid, really.
Yeah. Definitely.
And when you're down there fighting for your life, it's tough to be able to, and especially when Big Sam come in. Obviously he was a Slaven Bilic signing, but when Big Sam come in, different managers have got different sort of. I mean, we'll talk about this quickly. Did you see that fucking breakdown that he had when he was having his interview? Big Sam.
Oh, mate! Honestly.
I was just about to say, what do you make of that? I mean, he was right in the sense of the fact that they didn't play fucking hoofball against us.
Yeah, I agree. I said that too. He was
100%, and Allardyce was right, whereby him saying that anyone watching that fucking game, that was never Route 1. It definitely wasn't Route 1 either. It was Route 1 against Liverpool, because like Allardyce said, that worried Liverpool. That was the way to play against Liverpool and set them up. But against us, they weren't. Regardless as to what Antonio said. I mean, Antonio's big enough to, brave enough to.
I don't think if there was any malice or intent of annoying in there at all. I do think West Brom played some nice stuff.
Yeah, listen, they were better than us on the night. We scored 3 goals. I'm still waiting for someone to tell me.
He was more or less like blaming the press for the lack of jobs he's got and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, you've been branding me like this all my career.
I think he feels he's better than West Brom as well. He fucking clearly ain't, no Allardyce.
The thing with Allardyce, I always, I weren't his biggest fan when he was at us, but I always respect the job he did. I think had it not been for him, I don't think we'd be a stable club as we are now. I think had we gone to another flash option, we'd have been in that Championship a lot longer than one season. I know we
wouldn't be in the Premier League, would we? Really?
No, I know we scraped it in the end going through the playoffs. So I do think we should have won that league easily, but he did such a great job with us. I think he doesn't get the credit he deserves from a lot of people. There's a lot of fans that don't like him because of the culture of the club and the football he plays.
The way he plays, yeah.
But then you see his ignorance and arrogance and, bitter, I'd say very, sore loser-like comments like that. And then you actually remember why he was so unpopular.
Well,
I agree. It's like, the whole cup in your ear at Hull and all of that sort of thing. Like, I know we won that game and I know, but I think as a fan base, I think, you're within your rights to tell a manager or a club or whatever if you're finding that the stuff that you're paying your money for entertaining. And then and he was saying things like, I think he got through the door and he was through the door 5 minutes ago, and I don't know what the West Ham way is. It's a myth and all of that sort of stuff. He just didn't fit the club. I didn't like his. I thought he was harshly treated. I think. Yeah, I agree. To be fair, with the squad he had at the time, he should have won that fucking first division by a long way. by a long, long way. You know what I mean? We had some, big players back then, and to scrape it through the playoffs is a little bit embarrassing. You know, we had the likes of Kevin Nolan playing in our side, and John Carew, and Papa Bouba Diop and Dulify and all that, who were good, solid Premier League players.
What about Brian Montenegro?
Well,
we had in goal too.
What I'm saying is they were well established Premier League players at the time. Plus the likes of Colton Cole, who come down with us, who was a couple of years before that was in the England side. So yeah, not getting through as league winners was a bit of a. I think it was a bit of a disappointment, but he just did. I didn't like. I just thought he was an arrogant bastard. I've always thought he was an arrogant bastard.
He is. And he's a greedy fucker as well. He's so greedy. The
reason he was so upset the other day is that basically he hasn't got that thing now where, if you're in trouble, turn to Allardyce, he'll get you out of it because he's taken someone down, and he was sort of living off his reputation. He's been Harry's got a job in football. Like, you think about what some people have been banned from football for, and like clubs and stuff that have gone sort of into administration and ceased to exist because they owe money to someone. That fucker got chucked out the England job for fucking like bungs and shit. What is he still even doing in football? Do you know what I mean? Like, how many clubs he had since England? 3?
Palace, Everton, and West Brom.
Yeah, 3 clubs since. Well, what's he still doing managing? The geezer was caught, hands down, like doing dodgy deals outside of football and trading. What's he still doing in football? He should be in football.
This could be it now, though, couldn't he? He's probably fucking got the camel because he's got a fucking relegation on his CV now.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, he is probably one of the shadiest fuckers in football. The fact it's so typical of him to resign right after full time. Like, he couldn't even wait till the last day. He's such a dodgy. He's very, very shady. Very, very shady.
It was very honest, but I think at the same time it wasn't fucking necessary at that. That should have been more about
I think he was talking as a man that knows he's done with football now.
Yeah, do you know what? I'd be surprised to see him in another job now. I actually think that's him done.
Yeah.
He'll be working for Sky Sports, won't he?
Yeah.
Talksport he worked for, wasn't it?
Yeah, another punt.
Oh, he has been on there, hasn't he? Yeah, he called out Golden Sullivan. Fair play.
Anas Ahmed says he's got a big ego. Fran Clusterhead says, how can he be employed again? He was funny versus Flores, though. Yeah, it was funny versus Flores.
That Flores, he fucking blocked me on Twitter. I remember when we had
he blocked you.
Yeah, we had issues with him a few times, didn't we? Chico Flores.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he got Andy Carroll sent off for like play acting?
That's what he was talking about.
No, that weren't the. That was a previous incident as well. It was 2 incidents.
Allardyce was laughing at him when he went down on
that weren't the Andy Carroll red card. That was something completely different, and he just started laughing at him. And then in the reverse fixture, he got him sent off. And I was just really angry about it. I was like, "Fuck you, you fucking cunt!" And he blocked me.
Big Sam is the biggest blagger in football.
Yeah.
David Drew says he's a little bit behind it. Fat Sam is a joke. Leanne Taylor Tolsha says he's so ego-driven. He was furious at Anfield because he wanted it on his resume, not for West Brom. Yeah, yes, that's right, mate. It's corrupt, Dom. Your polls said it all. He don't stop talking about corruption.
Nor do you.
Your middle name's corruption.
Southampton 4-1. Lump on. That's a good price, actually. That is a good price.
You know what? My brother's done a lot of betting throughout this season. It's really, really weird because he don't like football.
Yeah,
and he doesn't really like understand. He's very, very surprised when teams score 3 goals and a half. He just doesn't really understand football, but he keeps betting on it. And it's that
very surprised that teams score 3 goals and a half.
That's what I mean. But he uses that profit accumulator. And he actually does. He's done quite well on it, actually. But he always comes to me saying, "Who's going to go 2 up in this game?" But I don't bet either, so I don't really understand it either.
Southampton lump on. That is a good price, but I'm actually more fucking excited and positive for this last game. I think the fans helped that as well. I think the 10,000 supporters are going to be, as I said before, the 10,000 supporters are going to be massive. I think they can drive us home. I think that'll up the players. I mean,
can we not talk about supporters at this game, please? I'm very upset still.
Yeah, you'll get past that, but I mean, it's they've got decent players as well, Southampton. So I mean, I'm half glad that we only need a draw.
Fucking hell.
We really want to press for that. Hopefully, Moyes will get it right, and the players will be fired. They'll be ready to go. They'll want to see that. I mean, look at, as I say, the two Czech boys that go. I think they go further under the radar than what they should. I think they deserve more plaudits than maybe what they get. Kufau's been a revelation. I think, they're not going to be able to wait to play in front of the support. Lingard ain't been seen, by many. So it's going to be it's going to be a decent game, I think.
Hammers Mikey says, who was the other young right back who ended up at Watford and refused a contract with us? The young right back, I've had too much to drink. It's Ngakia. But the fact that you've forgotten his name, I don't think he's good for Ngakia. Because he looked like he had a big future with us, and if we'd have kept him, he may not have been seen so foul in the side.
I really like. Do you know what? I forgot about Ngakia quite a bit as well, but I did like him. In his very few appearances, I did really like him. I thought he was a very good right back. I kind of wish we still had him.
Well, we'll see how good he is when we play him twice next season.
Yeah.
Because he's another fucking... And when I lost my head at Wigan on that interview, with the likes of Reece Oxford, fucking Ngakia, they've all...
I'm better than him.
Reece Burke, whatever. And I am better than him. I fucking say that in front of anybody. I'd have got my head on that when he fucking failed for that first goal, whatever it was. But what I mean by that is the fact that they've all got fucking bad attitudes. And I don't know whether that is narrowed down by the agent side of it and the influence with their agents. But, he clearly come out and said some stuff. I'm not ignoring that, Miss Hammerette, because we're good mates. I tell you, I
can't respond. I can't click the comments. There's some nice comments here.
I've got to read this because this is making me laugh. Akocha, Herrera, and Julko all seen something in bestowed tit. He has become so bitter.
What's that?
Yeah, bestowed tit.
Bestowed tits. What's that about?
That's Allardyce. They're talking about Allardyce.
Allardyce.
Those are his boys.
Bestowed tit.
That was a fucking good Bolton side, We always fucking struggled in that shithole as well.
Yeah.
I don't even recall us ever winning there.
I remember that's when Pardew lost his job on the Monday following the 4-0 defeat at the Reebok, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was there. The battle in Bolton. The one where it sort of relegated. It was between us and them that season, wasn't it? The one where
2002.
Yeah. I was there. I was at Bolton I remember fucking. Who got sent off? Was it Joe Cole?
Joe Cole was it? I think.
Joe Cole or Ian Pearce, one of the two. One of them got sent off.
What was the score?
It was 1-0. Akocha scored a fucking screamer. And we missed a sitter. The phone missed a sitter, and then he went up the other end and scored a screamer, and someone got sent off. And they was kicking the shit out of the tunnel as they walked down the tunnel.
Yeah, we had Birmingham, didn't we, on the last day? 2-2.
Yeah.
In that Burger King shitty away shirt, Les Ferdinand.
Yeah, that was the one that done us, though.
I'm actually on that DVD crying, actually, on the fucking row B when we went down.
Oh, yeah.
Not one of my fucking prime highlights, I'll add, but it was... that was a horrible fucking day, that was. That was almost up there with a Wigan fucking relegation, that Charlie and Zogbia cunt.
Oh, God. 10 years ago that was now. Our times change, eh?
We're going to start wrapping it up in a minute. Ian Pearce up front, to remember that. Roy May Jr., and I don't think I read out your super chat. He said he's becoming a tradition for him to watch us on a golf course, and he appreciates us, and we appreciate you more than anything, mate. Believe me. If you were professional wrestlers, what would your walkout song be?
This is, do you know what? I've actually thought about this as well. Believe it or not, because I listen to a lot of music which is usually played in stuff like that. You know, when teams are walking out, like it ain't just wrestling, like cup finals as well. There's this song that stands out. I went to the National League playoff final 2 years ago, and there was this there's this song I actually downloaded it to my playlist, and it's by Odessa,
right?
And it's quite like it gives you like quite like gets you up for it. You know what I mean? Sort of like that tone that gets you up for it when it's something quite big going on. So I think that would be my one. Loyal by Odessa.
Okay, I'll have a listen to that later. Obviously, we can't play that for.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a go at that as well. I think.
Yeah, I can't play it because of copyright reasons, but I'll have a listen to that. What was yours, B Marshy? What song were you coming out to, mate?
I'm not good at all answering questions on the spot. I don't know, actually. I'd love to be able to say something just off the top of the head, but I'm no good at these.
I know what it would be. Right, here we go then.
Oh, Grandad Duke of York, it might be, yeah. That could well be that. I'd have Nicky's belt on me.
Yeah, I'll bring it to the football next year. We'll walk round a bit like Eddie D used to with his boxing belt.
Exactly, yeah. Have it wrapped round you.
Just wrap round me all the time. Just wear it.
Dom lives up the road from Terence.
Now, someone said the Triple H theme. The Triple H theme is elite, mate. I would love to have that, but it's taken. I think I'd have
Mark Henry as well.
I'd have
purely because of West Ham clips.
I think I'd have.
Oh my God, Mark Henry.
What?
Don't worry.
What would
I
you
think
have?
I'd have Smack My Bitch Up. I think that would be my walkout song.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout, is it?
Yeah.
Dom, who's the Terence lives up the road from you?
Terence Frank says, hi, Dom, you live up the road from me. How are nice to Marshy? I think he's meant to say, how are you? Nice to see you and Marshy.
I appreciate that. Good to see you, Tel. Nice that you're in the chat.
Is Dom or Marshy from Canning Town?
No.
Yeah,
you are, aren't you?
Yeah, originally. Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, you don't? No, fuck off, Marshy. You're not from Canning Town.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Born in the same hotel, born in the same hospital as Mark Noble, Danny Dyer.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that, mate. I never knew you was a Canning Town boy.
I'm a posh, privileged Leon C boy.
I had no option but to be to West Ham. I'm thankful for that as well.
I never knew you was a Canning Town boy, Marshy. I honestly didn't. How old are you?
33.
Did you move out?
Yeah, moved out. I think I was 2 or 3 and moved over the, I don't want to say shit side of the Thames.
You went over the water, didn't you?
Yeah, over in the Bexley Manor now.
Mm.
But was more sort of Plumstead and then down to sort of Bexley and Welling and round that way, southeast.
I feel quite left out. Everyone's from Canning Town. I'm from posh Leon C.
Well, the thing, the Dan isn't from Canning Town, and that's the running joke on here because we are all me, Graham, Ryan, and Scott are all from Canning Town, and obviously we grew up in the area. And he says that everybody that supports West Ham claim they're from Canning Town, but they're actually not. But
mate,
no,
honestly.
Lisa May says the Marshy family are from Canning Town. There you go,
Marshy.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, every time you that's what I mean when like a lot of people like try and associate themselves as from Canning Town by being West Ham fan. I remember a game once where I keep hearing myself in the background, but I kept there was this game in the background. There was this game we went to, and there was this bloke who was absolutely smashed out his head where we were sitting, and he just ran down the front. And he was like, "Noble, oi, Noble, Mark, I'm from Canning Town. Mark. You're from Canning Town. I'm from Canning Town. We're like brothers. I'm from Canning Town, Mark, I'm from Canning Town."
Fucking hell.
I know what you mean. I think everyone does associate himself with the sort of Barking or Canning Town or Plaistow. And
Someone's
Yeah, I mean that's what Dan's he can't stand it. Jordan Green says Canning Town is the pits. I agree, mate. It is the fucking pits. There's more people stabbing each other there than in the fucking
great part of the world.
Yeah, in the fucking samurai days and all of that sort of thing. There's so much fucking knife crime going out there in a minute, mate. And I've still got family that live there, unfortunately. Miss Amoret says I'm born and bred Hackney, moved to Kent, Ilford all the way. Anyone from West Ham? I lived in West Ham for a long time. Nino 1983. I don't know whether this one applies to you two boys. We're going to be wrapping up in a second. Did you ever have any great nights out in Hollywood in Romford?
I can't say so, to be honest.
I've been to Fiction, if that helps, and Cameo. It's the same thing.
What's that? That's in Southend, isn't it? Cameo.
No, it ain't. It's in Romford. Southend don't have a Cameo. Yeah.
I've not done a night out.
The one in Southend, I've had a couple of nights out in there. Is the TOTS Talk of the South?
Gone now. It changed to Talk. It shut down last year.
Did it? Good fucking riddance, man.
Now.
That was a shithole.
What's that one near my work, Dom? You said about near your gaff, near your way. Isn't it that club or whatever it is?
Moo
Moo is
or
it?
Dick Devines.
Some pisso over there.
There's that Varsity gaff which is right near the lift place, ain't it?
Yeah, I can't. I've worked in Romford a bit. I can't say that I've done any nights out in Romford. But I'm certainly not living over that way now. I mean, I hear everyone on Twitter going out in Romford, and most people around the similar parts, isn't they? But I don't know many. I know Miss Hammerette said she's Kent, obviously bound as well, like me. But there's not many. A lot of pals of mine this side of West Ham as well that are associated with over that side of the water as well. But don't seem to. It's always over this side. We're generally out in the boozers and that instead of. But I'll have to do that. We'll definitely, like I say, we'll have to organise a night out and we'll answer that question as to who will be on the beers the most.
As long as
I used to have a couple of good nights out in what's that place called now? What was the place called? It was Time and Envy. I used to have a good few nights out in there, especially Thursday nights. Thursday nights were best because there was pound drinks. I'm going to run this little advert at the bottom here. There we go. T-shirts. Let's see if we can get a couple more in.
I'm advertising the Tevez one if you still got that in stock.
Where's my one?
Where's my Virgil? Where's the Van Dawson one?
The Van Dawson one. We haven't got them yet.
I'll take an Ogbono.
Actually, I got my one, but I don't know whether I don't know whether yours was.
I'll take an Oggy one off you. I like them Ogfather ones.
I'll tell you what. To be fair, they're decent quality.
I can't get it off.
Who put the West Brom line up in there?
That was me. Look. There's the Virgil Van Dawson ones, if anyone's interested, and there's the Mikel Antonio Beast from the East End ones. If anyone's interested.
Yeah, they're quite good.
They're good. Really they're very good quality.
They're good, man. They're good.
I can't get it off now. Fucking hell.
I'm actually. I don't know if that does me a favour. I can't see you both. I'm looking at fucking Antonio doing the Tottenham celebration.
When we won that game, first I worked with this guy who supports Spurs. He's actually a top bloke, and first thing I did. It reminded me of it when we all went out for my birthday last week. I think the Monday morning after the weekend, I come in. The first thing I saw him. First thing I'd done when I saw him is I'd done that celebration. Just walked past him. I'd done the rounds with him like 100 fucking times.
Where am I ordering them from? If you Google WHF TV merch, you'll find our shop. They're on there. I don't think I put a link in the description down below, actually. So
the link's on your Twitter account as well.
Yeah, be on there. But if you just Google WHFT merch, you'll find it. Nicky, what size would I be best for hoodie wise? I was thinking small, but just want to check. I don't know how big you are.
I've got an XL, but when you're large,
they come up. They come up pretty big. So just be wary of that. My usual topic, Nicky. Any news on the Friday night pint piss up? Yes, we're sort of aiming aiming for August 7th. That's a week before the new season kicks off. I've done a trailer for it, mate, and our patrons have seen the trailer.
I've seen it.
Yeah, Dom's seen it. Yeah.
And I'm not even a Patreon.
Yeah, our patrons have seen the trailer. So yeah, it's going to be.
What's where are you filming it?
We don't know yet. We're trying to. That's why we haven't released a trailer, because we're trying to sort out a venue. We think we've got one sorted, but we just got to confirm.
Is it going to be local?
Local to what, Dom?
I don't know. Everyone.
Yes.
So East London, Essex.
Even. Yeah, it will be. It's we're aiming for sort of middle of Essex or whatever. Kimbo says just received his t-shirt, great quality. Cheers, no problem at all. Right, if there's no more questions, I'm going to start wrapping it up now, boys. We've been going for 2 hours. We've answered this question already.
Quite a few questions there that I'd like to answer.
Well, go on, pick one then, because we're wrapping up now.
I can't click them. You can.
Yeah, you just say it.
Well, they've all gone now. Fuck it.
No worries at all. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, gents. I really appreciate it. You got us out of a tough spot. Join us Sunday for the last time game of the season doing watch-alongs. It's going to be all sorts of fun. We're all getting together. We're all going to be there in the same place watching the game at the same time. So look forward to that one. It's going to be a little bit different to what we normally do, but I'm looking forward to seeing the boys once again. And look, if you're going to the game on Sunday, please enjoy yourself and do us all a favour and give the boys a much deserved and earned sort of round of applause and making sure that you make them feel welcome and make them feel like they've done a good job this season, because they certainly have. So if you're going to that, enjoy, stay safe. Please don't get in any trouble. Don't drink too much. And if you're not going, come and join us on the watch along. Thank you so much to my guests, Dom and Marshy. Don't forget, if you're new around here, subscribe. We're on the road to 60k now. We're not that far off. A couple of thousand more people. If you hit the like button, it always helps us. And share the video. The more people that see it, the bigger we get, the more content we can put out. Don't forget, you can become a patron. If you look up search on Patreon for West Ham Fan TV, if you want to support the channel that way, you can. Thank you to everyone who's got involved in the chat tonight. As usual, it's an absolute pleasure to spend the Friday night with you. And if you want to buy any of our t-shirts, you can go to whftvmerch.shopify.com. You can search that up on Google, because I don't think I put the link in the description. But other than that, thank you very much. One thing left to say, boys. Come on, you irons.
Come on, you wires.
Come on, you irons.